Big news to start your Sunday morning as Nancy Pelosi confirms there will be other stimulus packages done by Congress in the next few days and weeks. This comes after Joe Biden on Friday night told CBS that he expects to do other executive orders and other stimulus bills as well because he thinks not everything can fit into the reconciliation bill. Those items include everything that you've heard on this channel, and Nancy and both Joe and her confirmed that they have actually started working on these other stimulus packages. This is huge news. The question is how soon and how quickly can they get out as well. In today's recording of Early Mornings LALATE, I go over all this exciting great news about these second, third, and now fourth, fifth, and sixth stimulus packages that have the other items you were wondering about and waiting for, and how soon they can get to the finish line as well. The toast is toasted, the butter is buttering. I'm here, you're here. I'm so excited for you this morning. It's a Sunday morning, it's Super Bowl Sunday, and this is Early Mornings LALATE. Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Early Mornings LALATE. From Wall Street to Main Street, from your home to my home, this is LALATE, the most comprehensive financial news channel there is, delivering you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, breaking exclusive news reports, and everything else in between, and also getting you the most comprehensive and interactive content you can be on the map. Over there is part of that interactivity. You can engage in a super chat with your friends while chatting along. But first, make sure you subscribe to this channel. The subscribe links at the front of this channel. Also, like this video and hit that alert button so you get alert when the next video goes live, which will be shortly after this one, the 6:30 a.m. edition. Over on the side, you can chat with your Purple Power buddies who also were members. To become a member, click the member link at the top of the chat or in the bottom of the description. Purple Power, Purple Hawk, or Calcino VIP. Get interactivity and get access to documents about stimulus you can get to before anyone else. PDFs and inside information about what's happening and how to get the money as soon as it goes live, faster than anyone else knows. And with that, let's get to the breaking news. The breaking news is the statements from Joe Biden and Nancy Pelosi late Friday, which now confirm there will be multiple stimulus packages, and that no one should think that the $1.9 trillion stimulus package is the single and only bill they're working on. Now, certainly the comments would have come after a year of 2020 in which we only saw one bill from both sides of the political spectrum, one for the Republicans, one for the Democrats, and just revisions of the same bill. The same bill just revised, the same bill just revised. And so you're certainly used to that dynamic of 2020. Not going to happen in 2021. Nancy Pelosi confirms that this is the rescue plan, and that shortly after this we will have the reopening plan to get America back to normal. She confirms that those two bills exist. Joe Biden, meantime, confirms that in an interview with CBS on Friday night that he thinks that the $15 student minimum wage will go as its own bill. Then you've heard me talk about in the last 48 hours, two other stimulus bills coming out. One, $50,000 student loan debt forgiveness, and two, a $1,000 baby bond bill. There's more bills you're going to see as well. The question is how soon and where. What you're currently dealing with the reconciliation bill. Why was the reconciliation bill done? Because it's the single fastest way to get a stimulus check to a viewer. I'm going to make that very clear because this is very, very important. You may have wanted to see this type of bill go first or that type of bill go first, but it would never pass because they don't have enough votes from Republicans. A normal bill would have required some Republican votes to pass it, but a reconciliation effort doesn't need that bipartisan effort. And so they wanted to get the stimulus check out as fast as possible, and now it's getting out. So it's $1,400 an individual, $2,800 a married couple, $3,200 adult dependents, $1,400 a child. The reconciliation bill passed on Friday, so in essence, everything that's in the reconciliation that qualifies will get passed as well. It's not a question of how or will, it's a question of what day. But I have in details in the video after this, I'm going to go over the routing times and the new details. We know exactly what day they're modifying the reconciliation, what day they're making changes to the $1.9 trillion items, what items will fall out because they don't qualify, what items will go somewhere else. I have all those details in the video right after this, so join me at 6:30. But let me go over this incredible great news about the effort to get a lot of other stuff done. Nancy Pelosi was asked, there's so much in the package that has to be done right now, and we'll see the best we can do. But my concern is, do you think that some things will disappear and other things won't exist? And Nancy Pelosi says, we're already introducing the minimum wage. That's a very high priority for us. But we can't hope that we can get it in the reconciliation. I'm a veteran reconciliation bills over time, and I know that we shall see the struggle that frequently is to have everything in a way that meets the standard of the Senate in terms of the Byrd rule. What is the Byrd rule? It's a rule that requires that the reconciliation bill to land in the Senate has only items that concern the federal budget. Items that don't concern the federal budget have to be removed. That's the Byrd rule. We in the House think of it as sort of a House of Lords attitude. Why don't we just do it and pass it without having to be so determined on one person as to what can be contained in there? She is referring to the Senate parliamentarian. Who is that and what is that person's opinion? I'll detail that in a video right after this at 6:30. Make sure you stay tuned for that big recording. Just put it in there, vote it up or vote it down. But in any event, we are very proud of the legislation. And again, this is the big quote. And again, this is Nancy talking. And again, this is not the last bill we'll pass. This is the recovery. This is the rescue package. This is the rescue package. We must pass this bill to crush the virus. Then we have it. The next bill, this is rescue. That next bill will be the recovery package. And we've already started working on some of the provisions of what will be in the Recovery Act. We're legislators. That's why we're here. That's what we do. So we're always ready for the next legislation. And that's what's important to understand. When you sit back and you wonder, okay, how soon can I get this? What will I get? And how will this work? Let me go over those incredible details. First, you'll see a stimulus check, $1,400 an individual, $2,800 a married couple, $3,200 adult dependent, $1,400 a child. If you're on benefits like SSI or SSDI, you're getting a stimulus check. You're either getting $3,200 or you're getting $1,400. Why is this adult dependence check $3,200? Because it's a makeup check for not getting the first stimulus check of $1,200, the second stimulus check of $600, and the current check of $1,400. Next, FPUC will be in there retroactively back to January and then forward to September 2021 with also a provision for UI and PUA extended as well to September. So if you're unemployed for about 40 weeks, that's a lot of money at $400 a week. That's about $16,000. And that goes on top of your existing benefits of UI and PUA, which could be $300, $400, $500 a week if you do escalated benefits detail on this channel. Wow, that could be $700 a week. That could be $20,000, $30,000 of weekly benefits. It's a lot of money. And no one wants to be unemployed for 40 weeks, but that's a lot of money. Also in the third stimulus package, hazard pay, EIDL grants, mortgage payment money, rent payment money, tax credits, hazard pay. There's so much in there. But Nancy Pelosi's comments are very important. But what they're going to be doing is they're going to be presenting everything they can and try to get as much as they can into the bill. And that's what's happening. There were a lot of confusing questions I've gotten over the last 24 hours, which I wanted to answer. And some of these I know where they're coming from, and it's unfortunate because these are fake narratives. So let me answer them right now. One, do I have to get a vaccine shot to get a stimulus check? No, that's a fake narrative. Number two, have they changed the eligibility for the stimulus check on the income level? No, and they're likely not to change it in a way that impacts you as a viewer. I always tell you the stimulus check for an individual is $75,000 or less 2019 earnings, or $150,000 less married couple 2019 earnings. I never talk to you what happens if you made $80,000 or $90,000. Guess what? You still get a stimulus check, just a smaller amount. But I never talk about that because that doesn't really always include the viewers of this channel in their questions. That is on the high end. Those high end numbers, Joe Biden made futz with. But the low end, $75,000 or less, not being changed, and the stimulus check amount is not being changed as well. Next, some people are saying it won't become a law until March. Absolutely untrue. That's not what Nancy Pelosi represents. In fact, she has to have this bill into the Senate by February 22nd. That's what the law says. So the Senate will have the bill by February 22nd. So that's that's less than 2 weeks away. So that's pretty darn quick. This is what Pelosi said Friday as well. On Monday, we'll begin working on the specifics of the bill. Chuck Schumer said, I'm so thankful that our caucus stayed in unity. We had a choice to get the problems facing America and move forward. And Joe Biden said, I'm not cutting the size of the checks. That's an exact quote from Joe. I'm not cutting the stimulus check amounts. He said, you know what? I had a choice to delay and negotiate further, but I don't think that would have worked in my behalf. Today is the Super Bowl, and there already is excitement about what's unfolding today, but there's also concern about the situation across the board. On Friday night, Dr. Fauci said that he wants to ensure that you're safe today. Enjoy the Super Bowl, but don't do it with a large crowd of people in your house, in a place where it's cold and you don't have good ventilation. It's a perfect setup to have a mini super spreader event in your own house. Don't do that for now. There will be other Super Bowls. If you don't know what the status of the person is vis-a-vis whether they are infected or not, you're really putting yourself and your family in danger. As difficult as that is, at least this time around, just lay low and stay cool. The game will be played today at Raymond James Stadium, and Tampa Bay will have an estimated attendance of 22,000 people. 7,000 of those are vaccinated healthcare workers who got a surprise. So 30% of the people in attendance are vaccinated healthcare workers. Tampa Mayor Jane Castor also is requiring masks to be worn in the stadium, and a mask of a KN95 mask has been delivered to everyone that's in attendance at the game. Meantime, the Tampa mayor and the Kansas City mayor have both issued very strict shutdown orders for bars and establishments that will not be allowed to be open late. You'll also see a statement from Joe Biden before the kickoff, and it follows part of his interview with Nora O'Donnell from CBS. And in that interview, he was asked about stimulus. He was asked whether the Senate rules, which is the topic of the video right after this, will prevent certain things from getting in there, such as eviction moratorium and the $15 minimum wage. He says, my guess, it will not be in there. I don't think it's going to survive. But I'm prepared as the President of the United States on a separate negotiation of minimum wage to work my way up from where it is now. Basic words, another negotiation, meaning another bill. There's going to be another bill. So he says, if it doesn't go here, I'm going to do another bill. So no one should work 40 hours a week and live below the poverty level. And if you're making less than $15 an hour, you're living below the poverty wage. He wants to change that right away. Meantime, throughout next week, you'll hear a lot of confusion about certain issues. I want to make things sort of clear to you where we are procedurally, because somewhere along the way, it's going to get very confusing if it's not confusing already. What was passed on Friday is a reconciliation bill. That reconciliation bill is like a tow truck with a tow hitch behind it. That tow truck is now law. It is passed over the finish line. It's towing the hitch behind it, and that hitch has on it the $1.9 trillion stimulus package. There is no place for the Republicans to undo that tow hitch. That tow hitch will finalize. It will finalize because they don't need a single Republican vote on issue of anything that's in that tow hitch. What you will also see, however, some confusion about a parliamentarian. Who? A parliamentarian. I don't know her. Well, you're going to meet her in the video right after this. Not on camera, but from me, I'm going to detail to you why she's so important, because ultimately, she's going to set up your fourth stimulus package. Yes, your fourth stimulus package. If you have not subscribed, make sure you subscribe because it's the most comprehensive channel there is out there. Also like this video. Stay informed, stay focused, and if you've not become a member, become a member. The link is in the pinned comment and at the top of the chat. Stay informed, stay focused, stay smiling, and have a great morning. I'll see you in just a few minutes on the continuation of Early Mornings LALATE.